An American Airlines plane collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter near Ronald Reagan National Airport, resulting in the deadliest aviation disaster in the U.S. in over 2 decades. Experts are now weighing in on what may have caused this devastating accident. The crash occurred Wednesday night, and while officials have not yet confirmed the exact cause, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has called the tragedy absolutely preventable. So, what went wrong? Ronald Reagan National Airport, where the crash took place, is a smaller airport originally built to handle private and government jets. Its runway is just 7,000 feet long, nearly half the length of standard runways at larger airports, which are typically 13,000 feet. This shorter runway makes landings particularly challenging, especially for commercial planes. John Wright, a former DC-based American Airlines pilot, explained that landing at Reagan requires intense focus. Pilots must carefully manage their airspeed, altitude, and rate of descent. The last thing you're looking for is to see if somebody's crossing in your path, Wright told the Post. He added that while the airport is challenging, it's possible to operate safely there. He did so for 50 years. But the runway isn't the only factor. The airport's flight paths may have also played a role. There are 2 intersecting routes, one for helicopters and another for airplanes, that converge near Reagan. Helicopters are directed to fly no higher than 200 feet, while airplanes should be at around 500 feet. This leaves a margin of just 300 feet between the two, which aviation attorney and former pilot Jim Brauchle called, "not a lot of room for error." To make matters worse, Federal Aviation Administration rules allow pilots a standard 75-foot deviation from prescribed altitudes. This means the margin between the helicopter and plane could have been as little as 50 feet. Brauchle described this as a hypothetical but critical factor in the crash. Air traffic controller audio captured operators warning the military helicopter that it was getting too close to American Airlines Flight 5342. The helicopter was directed to pass behind the passenger plane, which had the right of way for landing. However, it appears these warnings were not enough to prevent the collision. Wright believes the helicopter should not have been crossing the flight path at any altitude at that time. He speculated that something broke down between the helicopter's clearance to be there and air traffic control. He called the crash a very preventable accident that shouldn't have happened if normal procedures were followed. The crash has left the nation in mourning, and questions about aviation safety are at the forefront. As investigations continue, experts are urging a closer look at the procedures and infrastructure at Reagan National Airport to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more breaking news and analysis. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.